Hello and welcome back to the Cozy Arts. I am Cherish and this is the very first crochet class. This crochet class is meant to go alongside of my Yule nature pack where you'll have access to all of these patterns. But for the crochet class, if you just want to make this small mushroom, I'm going to teach you how to do that right here on this channel over the next few weeks. You don't have to buy anything. Just watch and follow along and build your crochet skills. This is aimed at absolute beginners. So if you've ever thought, oh, I would love to learn how to crochet, but I'm really intimidated by it, I'm going to break it up into little tiny pieces. We're gonna learn 2 or 3 skills each episode. It's not a lot. We're gonna get through it and you're gonna have a lot of time between episodes to practice and refine those skills if you wish. So let's get into it. First of all, let's just go over the nature pack and everything that comes in the nature pack. We've got Christmas trees in small, medium, and large. We have the Yule log. It's a little bit plain on its own, so I have decorated it with some holly and some ivy. And I also have patterns for the holly and the ivy too. This is just wire and felt and beads, as well as some mistletoe. And we have both a bigger mushroom and a small mushroom in the pack. The crochet class is just the small mushroom. And a mossy log, so not all of it is super winter specific, pine cone ornaments. All these designs are super simple, super beginner friendly. I'm gonna teach you the skills to do all the crochet work in the crochet class. But if you are impatient and you want the whole pattern for this small mushroom right now, go ahead and download it. All the videos are available now through the pattern, but you'll have to wait to get them all through YouTube. Okay, so our very first lesson today, the very first skill, we are going to learn the magic ring or the magic circle. I've got a magic circle on the top and a magic circle on the bottom for this project, as well as all these dots. Now, could they have been embroidered? Yes, but then you wouldn't have had a chance to practice the magic ring or the magic circle over and over again, because that's what we are doing today, is we are just going to be making a bunch of dots. You're going to conquer the magic ring. You're going to do this. You're going to do it well. It's going to be great. But first, let's talk about the tools that we'll need for this project. Let's go. I usually use worsted weight cotton, and so this 3.5 millimeter hook works really well for me to get a nice tight finish. I haven't tried all of the hooks with a rubber grip, but I did try a cheaper brand and it wasn't comfortable and the grip started to come apart immediately. Even though the clover hooks are a bit more expensive, it's so worth it. This is so much nicer on your hands than if you get like one of those metal ones. No, ouch. You want to get a rubber grip because your hands will thank you. You're going to want, for the end of the project, you don't need it right away, but when you're finishing up, you're going to need a tapestry needle. And this one has a nice big hole, just because it makes it a lot easier to thread your yarn and sew up and finish your project. So you're gonna want a tapestry needle. And you're going to want scissors to cut the yarn with. You're going to want to have a dedicated pair for yarn and fabric, and then you'll have a junkier pair that you can use to cut the cardboard, because you're going to need cardboard. A lot of the designs have cardboard at the base. I like to keep a piece of scrap yarn in a contrasting color to use as a stitch marker. So this will be worked up the project, and then when I'm done, we'll pull it out. But you want to make sure that this is a color that will stand out from whatever yarns you're working on. So don't use a yarn that you're using in your project. You want to be able to see this easily. Now, this doesn't have to be buttons, but it's good to have something countable. What I like to do when I have a repeat of a row, so we have 3 rounds that are the same, 4 rounds that are the same, 5 rounds that are the same, whatever. I like to make sure that I count out enough buttons or whatever my countable item is, and then once I finish each row, I put it away. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds, and now I know that I've done all of my rounds and I can move on. And then you'll also need some stuffing. We're gonna master the magic ring. I am going to take my left hand, and you can do 3 fingers or 2 fingers. I always do 2 fingers. Grab the yarn with your thumb so you're holding it tight. We're going to wrap the yarn up. We're going to go around the finger. And then on this side, on the palm side, we want these lines to be parallel so they do not cross. But then on this side, we're going to cross our yarn. And I'm going to just grab this with my pinky to keep some tension on it. Now you're going to take your hook, and over here in the back, my back finger, I'm going to slide underneath the first piece of yarn, and then we're going to go over the second piece. Now we want to grab onto it, so you can kind of just twist it. So if you twist your hook, then the yarn gets under there, and you can kind of push it into place if you need to. Keep tension on it with your finger. And see, we made like a V here, so like a little hole. Just gonna pull right through that. So now we've got the yarn on the hook, and we've got an X here. So we're just gonna yarn over again. So what I'm doing is I'm still holding the yarn with my pinky, and I'm using my other finger to give it a little more tension too. So now we're going to take the hook, I'm going to push it against the yarn and twist, because my fingers are too busy to do any yarn over, so it's going to have to do all the work itself. So push against the yarn and twist. Make sure this yarn is up under there, and once again we've made a little V. We're just going to go through that hole there. So now you can pinch and take your fingers out. Now this thread here, this yarn here, is a bit wrapped around that, so we're just going to straighten it out. I'm going to push it through. There we go. But now if you let go now, it's going to fall apart. So we're going to keep our finger here and go under. Now we can help it by yarning over. And I'm going to bring it back around to the front. So we have the first loop and now this new loop. And once again, yarn over. So we have the yarn wrapping around and into this hook. Then I'm going to hold it and pull it through. So here we go. We've got a single crochet in our magic ring. So now we need to do that 5 more times. So we're going to go into the ring, and then this yarn, we're going to wrap it around, bring it to the other side, again wrap it around, and then pull it through both loops. We're going to take our hook, go through the ring, and then we can wrap the yarn around and twist the hook so that the yarn is going up under the hook, and bring it round to the front, yarn over, and pull it through. We've got 3 now. I'm going to do this 3 more times. Yarn over, round front, wrap it around, pull through. So now if we look on the top of our piece, you can see we have these V's. Each V is 1 stitch. So we can go, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did I make more than that? Did I make more? 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 7. You know what? That's just fine. We could just leave it here since we're not building anything off of it, but let's do it right. So since I know that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here, I'm going to pinch right here and grab my working yarn and just pull it out. Now I can put my hook back in this loop and keep working, but what we are going to do, because we're just making little dots today, we're going to take this short yarn that we started with. I'm going to hold on to the single crochets here, and you're just going to pull it. We're putting the magic in our ring. So it kind of looks like a little grub. We've got a little grubby. Now that we've tightened our magic circle, we are going to slip stitch into this first stitch here. So this first V, we're going to take the hook, we're going to put it under this first bar and this second bar of the V. So we've got the V on top of our hook is under the V, and then we're just going to yarn over and we're going to pull our hook through everything that's there. And now we can give this a little more tighten to close the hole up as much as possible. Now we want to leave a long tail for sewing this down. This is probably long enough, but I'll cut it here. And what we're going to do is we are going to just pull up on our hook to pull that thread out. Now we can just leave this as it is and set it aside, and you're going to want to make at least 9 more because we want to cover our mushroom with it. I think I have 10 on here, so if you look at that and you think that looks too busy, you can maybe get away with making less. If you look at it and you think I would like more dots, then make more than 10. So that means we got to do that again. So hold the yarn, wrap over, back, parallel, cross, pinky grab, flip, oh, not flip, pinky grab, okay, hook, under, over, twist, through, then over, through, pinch, flip, under, we're going to wrap, so we've got 1, 2 on the hook, wrap, and pull it through. There we go. That's our first single crochet. So we're going to go in the hole, wrap it around, pull it out, wrap it around, and you can pull away from your work a little bit if you need to make more space, and pull it through both loops. So we want 1 loop on the hook. Going into the hole, wrapping it around. So we've got two on the hook, wrap it around. So we've got 3 on the hook. We're going to pull it through. So we've got 1 on the hook. So the loop that's on the hook now is the one that we most recently wrapped. So we had 1, 2, 3. 3 is now our 1. So this is 1, 2, 3. Now this third one is going to become our first stitch. We're going to pull it through. There we go. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. So 2 more to go. Wrap it around, out, 1, 2. Wrap it around, pull into the hole, pull it out. All right, that should be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did it! Great. I'm going to straighten this out a little bit and put that magic in our circle. Put the magic in the ring. Great. Now this time I didn't pull super hard. So I'm going to try getting it underneath this first stitch. The first stitch is always hard. It's okay. It's okay that it's hard. There we go. We are through. I'm going to wrap it. Hey. Wrap it and pull it through both of these hooks. So we've got just the one. Now we're going to pull this so it's loose. All right, and now you're going to keep doing this. So go back and rewatch the portions that you need to, as much as you need to. So you're going to keep doing this until you have, I'd say, at least 10 of these guys. Congratulations, you made it through. We did it. Hopefully done at least one magic ring and you're ready to keep practicing and make more. And then next week we'll be building on from that as we tackle the red top of the mushroom. Next week we're just going to be learning increase and single crochet. You can do both of these and I'll see you next time. Bye!